He comes back up to the head now. He started at the head, goes down to the feet. He now comes back up to the head where the eyes are. And Paul here is giving the profile of every person ever born into this world. Whether you were born in church, whether you were born in a Christian family, whether you were born with Christian influences around you, whether you were born and soon attending a Christian school, regardless of what was on the outside, it was this sewer that was bubbling up on the inside and spewing its depravity to the totality of your being, such that the mind, to use these words that Paul has pulled together, the mind, the heart, the throat, the tongue, the lips, the feet, the eyes are all poisoned and plagued with sin that has infiltrated the nature of every person as it has been passed down from Adam. And any other vantage point would just be a Pollyanna total denial of reality. And when you go back to your room tonight and when you turn on cable news or if you surf the internet, you will see Romans 3:10 through 18 on steroids in every direction that you turn. And this is not an isolated indictment of humanity. In Genesis 6, verse 5, from the very beginning, way back in Genesis 6, verse 5, we read, "The Lord saw that the wickedness of man was great on the earth, and that every intent of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually." You know, sometimes I hear people say that the world is just getting worse and worse and worse. It was awful in the beginning. And God just wiped out everyone with a flood, except 8 people in one little family that got on the ark. God just drowned and devastated men, women, boys, girls, children, infants, because they were all under the sentence of death from Almighty God. In Genesis 8, verse 21, the intent of man's heart is evil from his youth. He doesn't have to be taught to be evil. He came out of his mother's womb speaking lies, the psalmist says. In Ecclesiastes 9 and verse 3, and I'm reading from the Old Testament just to show that this has been the case against humanity from the very beginning. The hearts of the sons of men are full of evil, and insanity is in their hearts. You want to know why? Because sin will make you stupid. Sin will make you make the worst choices a person could possibly make. It is moral insanity to sin against God. In Jeremiah 17, verse 9, the heart is more deceitful than all else and is desperately sick. Who can understand it? It's a rhetorical question, the answer of which is no one can even understand the depths of depravity and the evil that is lurking in the human hearts down deep on the inside. It's far worse than what any one of us could even begin to comprehend. And in Isaiah 1 and verse 5 and 6, the whole head is sick, the whole heart is faint. From the sole of the feet even to the head, there is nothing sound in it. And again, it's the same imagery that Paul is using in Romans 3 from the feet to the head, and every body part representing a different aspect of the human nature and the human soul. Isaiah says, or God says through Isaiah, there is nothing sound in it. It would be like taking a glass of water and you have a thimble of cyanide and you pour it into the glass of water that cyanide now permeates the whole glass of water, such that there is death now in every sip of the water. And Adam's sin has been poured out into the human race like the poison of cyanide, and it has affected every aspect of human nature of every person in every generation on every continent born into this world.